You're watching Hardcore Collective.
You're watching Hardcore Collective.
For later.
Alright, so we're here with Stick Together. Go through and say your guys' names, what you do in the band.
I'm Rifkin, I play drums.
Hey, what's up? I'm Matt Hoodrack, I sing.
I'm Justin, I play guitar.
And where are you guys from?
Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. He's from Percy.
Alright, so how did Stick Together start?
I wanted to do this band for a while. So I'm in another band called War Hungry, but we're a little out there, and I wanted to just do a normal, like, straight-edge hardcore band for a long time, and I didn't have the chance to do it with anybody. And then this band called Bad Seed broke up, and we started from there.
Yeah, it was originally started out as like a completely different sound band, and then that didn't fan out, and then we got Justin in the band. He and I jammed at once. And it sounded like exactly like what we wanted it to sound like, and I was just like, alright, you want to do this band? And
here we are. 1,000 records later.
Yeah.
A couple demo tapes. Here we are. Stick Together.
How long have you guys been a band?
1 year exactly.
Nice. And where did the name come from?
It's a lot of band songs, but there's a band that used to play by us called Magnus, and they have a song called Stick Together, but then when I started looking around, pretty much every cool band, like from the 80s, says Stick Together in their song, so it's the best name ever. So
I back that. It's a good answer.
I still don't know how it was never used. I'm still baffled by that. It probably was used by somewhere.
Maybe.
Somewhere.
It's probably somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, there's some European band called Stick Together that's hating us right now. Haters a cat.
Every interview, this cat gets more coverage than the bands.
We'll take a classic cat.
Yeah, classic cat. It's way cooler than the cat from Understand What's Happening.
His name is Pancake. It's pretty
Pancake,
rad.
what's up?
Nice name.
Come lay with us.
I'm on the waffle guy, but don't worry about that fan.
Alright, so each of you tell me how you guys came into getting into hardcore and straight edge.
My sister started taking me to shows when I was a little kid. I have 2 older sisters, and they would take me to shows, like punk shows, and so they were into it, and so they'd just take me along. I had nothing really better to do, so I liked it. I got really into it, and every person that I looked up to that I was going that I met when I was going to shows was straight edge, and I was just like, okay, well, something to look into, and eventually I started like checking it out. So I never like claimed edge until I was like 16, but I was like intrigued by it from like the age 9 on. But I became straight edge because it's just like not really into partying. It's just not really a lifestyle I'm into.
I guess I got into hardcore. I was into punk, like when you're a little kid in the 90s, like Rancid and the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones got real popular, so I started checking out bands like that. And then maybe got like they used to make a lot of sampler CDs and stuff. I don't think record labels need to do that anymore, but you get them, like a Victory style comp or something.
Yeah, I used to.
That is the second person that's mentioned that comp in an interview today.
Was it Bob, the other one?
No, it was Joey from 6131.
Or you get like an Epitaph comp or something, and then you start checking out the bands, and then you check out the bands in the thank list of the CDs or whatever, and then this thing, the internet, came along, really fucked everything up, and then I knew about Hardcore Allen one day after the internet was invented. And then, and there's a place by my house called CC's, and they had a lot of shows, and that was in, I only went there like when it was closing, so like 99 or 98 probably, and I would hang out with older kids that rode bikes and skateboards and stuff, and I would have to beg them to take me there, and we would go and mosh. And then this place called Home Base in Wilkes-Barre, that was like a real important place for me, and that's where I saw pretty much every good show I seen, and that's when I decided I wanted to be straight edge.
I got into going to shows with friends, and I kind of just ended up there and started going every weekend, and it was just a place that I found, where I wanted to be. And I knew about straight edge, from when I first started going to shows, then, you know, I saw, like, you know, the lyrics come true, and, you know, it was just not something I wanted to be a part of, and so I decided to be straight edge.
Nice. All right. What was like the first show that you can really remember being like your first hardcore show?
Hardcore show? The first hardcore show that I consciously went to, like, I'm going to a hardcore show and I know what these bands are, was probably like a Terror show, like their first tour ever on the East Coast. But I used to, like when I was a kid, I used to go to like shows that had like lots of hardcore bands and stuff like that on them, but I just like, it was just all like the same. Like I didn't really know what was going on. I was just kind of there. I was pretty young, but that was the first one where I was like, okay, I'm going to this show because I want to be a hardcore kid, and I like this style of music, and I'm going to see a hardcore band, and I know these bands, and I know lyrics and stuff like that. That was the first show that I really, you know.
I have a really bad memory with this kind of stuff, but the first show that I remember, or that like sticks with me the most, is probably it was Mad Ball and Cold as Life and All Out War. And I think Shutdown played at home base, and it was a real fun time.
I kind of, you know, from hanging out with people that were into, you know, alternative music, I just kind of ended up in this weird, crazy park show, and there was branches flying around and people moshing with chains, and I said, this is pretty cool. So
East Coast is so much different. Like we don't get that kind of crazy stuff like
You
on the
guys
West
just
Coast.
run
Like
around in a circle.
yeah, we've never had that. And people from the East Coast are like, yeah, dude, people with hockey sticks and like construction gloves, and it's gnarly.
Yeah,
No wonder you guys are tougher than us.
decided to, you know, go to a few more shows like that, and then, you know, since, you know, I'm from an hour outside of Philly.
Now he's OG mosh metal.
Yeah, something like that. And so it took me a little bit to get a ride with some older kids down to the city to see, you know, a real, you know, band play.
I don't know, that one band, whatever band was playing with trees and fucking chains, they sound like a pretty real band to me.
All right, sweet. Do you guys have any new records or anything coming out? You guys working on anything?
Yeah, we just recorded a new 7-inch. We're trying to keep busy. It's gonna be out on Triple B. Probably, the way we were talking, it was gonna be out by This Is Hardcore, but I think it's a little too crazy at this point. We don't really want to rush it. We kind of rushed things a little bit with No More Games, but we wanted to be a little more put together. I know Justin wants to spend more time with the layout and stuff like that, and I probably want to spend a little more time mixing it. It's gonna come out on Triple B.
I'm probably gonna want to write lyrics too.
Yeah, we should probably get on that. But we recorded pretty much all the music, drums and bass and like scratch guitar. We just did it right before we left for tour, so it was at least done a little bit. And it's gonna be called Surviving the Times, and it's a 6-song 7-inch.
Nice.
It's a lot. I think it's a little more aggressive, but like it's not really different. It's just like a little more like we're like, you know, kind of honing in on what we want it to sound like exactly.
Nice. Do you guys have, how much longer do you have on this tour? And do you have any other tours planned after this?
Yeah, 2 weeks I think with this tour, or at least a week and a half. We got out here really fast. I don't even know how many days we've been on
Yeah,
tour.
not even a week yet.
Yeah,
So we have like 2 weeks. Probably.
yeah. I think we're pretty much on the West Coast for like at least almost a week altogether. 5 shows. But and then when this tour is over, we're going to tour. We're gonna go out to Sound of Fury, but we kind of realized it's gonna be kind of like a mess if we tried to do it. Like we wouldn't really be able to do it, so we had to drop. So now we're just touring the East Coast out to through the Midwest, like as far west as like Kansas City and Omaha, and like as far north as Milwaukee, and as far south as Houston, and Florida. Like so, we're pretty much covering a ton of ground for like a 3-week tour that we're just gonna go out by ourselves. And this band Face Reality that just signed to Youngquist Records, they're gonna do from Detroit. They're gonna do about a week or so of that in the Midwest. So that should be cool.
Nice.
We're just gonna try to do our own thing.
Very
That
cool.
was dope.
All right, cool. Well, do you guys have any like thank yous, shout outs you want to throw at the end of this?
Chick-fil-A. Much respect. Roscoe's. You were great today.
No thanks to the
Yeah,
parking
fuck you,
authority.
fuck you, the parking
Oh my
authority of
God.
Los Angeles. They
Sunset
go fuck
Boulevard.
themselves. Jesus Christ.
You can suck my big toe.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, they fucking hooked us up. We're about to tow us, but then just made us pay $250 to take the fucking thing off.
That guy had a good one. He had lobster for lunch today. He didn't do nothing with that monkey. But yeah, that was LA.
I'm sorry you guys had a bad time in
Nah,
LA.
whatever. I've had enough
The
good
show
times
was
here.
good.
The
The
show
show
was
was
sweet.
good though. We would be like,
Would be on the list.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to end up on the list.
No.